one of the last things I want to show you are your profile settings. You find the profile settings under settings, obviously. Here you can set, don't want to show you everything, but a couple of things I want to point out to you. For instance, you can change your username here or your email address. You can also set a language and a time zone. You can by default add geotags to your tweets. And I find it very important to point out this checkbox here, which says you can, or it says protect my tweets, which protects your tweets from Google finding them. And you can, I'll show you what this does in detail in a few minutes. For now, I just want to hit save. And then I have to enter my password to confirm the person I am. So let me just close down one password here. And now my settings have been saved. I also want to point out this checkbox here, which is, I think, by default enabled, but I would recommend to enable it. This one doesn't let other people find you by your email address. You can also set notifications. For instance, if you want to get an email when you have a new follower or a direct message, you can just enable those two checkboxes here. Under profile, you basically see all the things you see on the right hand side under your profile page, which is always twitter.com/ and then your username. For instance, here you can add an avatar image, your name, your location, a short web address, and a short bio. Under design, you can change how your profile page looks. In my case, I've set it to this dark gray thing, which I like. I know many people who put a very, very large image in their profile so that it's a big joy when you try to load their profiles on a mobile device. Not. Under connections, you see all the applications you have allowed access to your profile. For instance, I've tried recently Fring, which is now able to send tweets as well. In order to prepare for this screencast, I've tried Fring as well. If I want to revoke access, I simply click on revoke access, and Fring isn't able to read and write my settings anymore. Other applications have just read access. For instance, this application. This is also an iPhone application, by the way, which basically tweets or pushes tweets to my iPhone. Meanwhile, I have logged out of my account, and this is how my profile page looks now to the world, because I have set to protect my tweets from showing up. This way my profile is kept secretly and Google doesn't index all my tweets. Now if I sign in as a different user and go back to the profile, I see a new button here saying I can send a request, and if I press this button, a request is sent to that person, in this case me, which tells me that there's someone who wants to read my tweets, and then I can selectively say, yes, this person is allowed to see my tweets, and no, this person is not allowed to see my tweets. In the last part of the screencast, I want to show you one new function from Twitter and some remaining or interesting things of your profile page. One new function at Twitter is the so-called who to follow suggestion, funnily abbreviated WTF, because that's funny, because some people think, what does this function really do there? But anyway, here people are showing up that Twitter thinks are of interest for you. You can also go to view all, which sends you directly to your Twitter suggestions, from where you can easily follow new tweets. You can also browse here the whole Twitterverse for people who share the same interests, for instance, entertainment or deals and discounts. You can also simply search on Twitter for new people. But let me just go quickly back to my home profile. There are two other things I want to point out to you. One is the trending topic, or the trending topics. These are basically just words that are currently used at Twitter more often than others. For instance, I hate Mondays, which is not a wonder in most cases, or the hashtag new Twitter. And last but not least, you can subscribe to your own profile using an RSS feed.